Everybody, I've been sitting here for a little bit trying to find a nice kind of vista for this intro. I think I found it. So I'll just say, what's up, everybody? Welcome back to England. I'm AJ Gales. This is the 11th Hour Gaming Channel. We're back playing some Assassin's Creed Syndicate. I thought I'd marathon this tonight. I wanted to take a small break from Fallout. Sorry. Just do, I don't know, I might do 4 or 5 videos of this tonight, have them all upload. I don't know, my internet's kind of bad, so, and it takes a while to upload the videos, so I don't know by what time they'll be up, but, I'm going to put up a good number of these all at once. Yeah, I think that's that. Oh, wow, I never knew you could do that. That's interesting. Huh. We're gonna do a main mission here with Evie, but first I kind of want to show off this new outfit. We got a new DLC kind of add-on. Just added some. Let's see here. Yeah, it's all based off of English literature. For Evie, she has this outfit. Obviously, if you read the quote, it's from Dracula. Weapons. It added kukri from Jabberwocky, a cane sword from Dracula. I have a kukri equipped just because the outfit gives a boost to kukri damage. I can't equip this till level 7, but you have a cloak to match the outfit, also from Dracula. A gauntlet from 20,000 Leagues Under the Sea. I think here Jacob has a belt from Dr. Jekyll and Mr. Hyde. I think that's about it. But yeah, that was a new add-on. I don't know. I just felt like showing that to you guys. Actually, before I start, as always, okay, I'll equip a skill. Take defense too. Oh, cool! I'm got a new level. All right. Well, actually, I might be able to get. Oh, I do. All right. Well, there we go. I got all leveled up. All ready to get back. We're gonna play this main mission. As usual, guys. Thanks. Means a lot. All that good stuff. I'll probably keep talking after this cutscene and all the dialogue that's about to happen.
You may have not found a piece of Eden, but this material is invaluable. Look. It says the London assassins had found a shroud.
The Shroud of Eden is supposed to heal even the gravest injury. If the assassins had found something like this, surely Father would have known.
There must be something we're missing.
Something only we can see. These look like directions. Are you coming?
Fieldwork is not really my speciality.
We found a clue to a precursor object. Don't you want to follow it?
Put that way, one can hardly refuse.
And that, kids, is peer pressure. Like I said, everybody, thank you so much for tuning in. Again, as I said earlier, I'm AJ Gales. This is the 11th Hour Gaming Channel. Yeah, that's really all I got right now. It's it's about 7:30 at night when I'm recording this. I don't know. Just it's been a long day. Feels like that's all I've been having lately.
Go on.
This is a neat little memory.
This map may be taking us to the Kenway mansion.
Kenway? The pirate?
Master assassin and pirate, yes.
How much do you know about the Shroud of Eden?
It's said to heal the sick. Popular myth is that it brings people back from the dead. But the assassin records say that's not true. I've never heard of one being in London, though. Do you really think Edward Kenway could have found one?
He travelled extensively, so it's possible. But if he did, he kept it a closely guarded secret.
But if it's true, what a find it would be.
Indeed. I'm eager to find out myself. Abigail, it's surprising you haven't already searched the Kenway house.
Edward's son, Hatham, joined the Templars. When he died, the house passed on to Hatham's sister.
And in all your time in London, you didn't go and have a look around? Weren't even a little curious?
Truly, I didn't expect to find anything there.
I think this is it.
I think you're right. Look.
I'll be in the study. I don't want to be interrupted unless you have news of the lost notebook.
That makes getting in a challenge.
You still intend to enter?
If this is a Templar stronghold, it won't get any easier. Don't worry. We'll stay well away from Miss Lucy. Shall we? Can you check over there?
Of course.
Oh, before we... Okay, there it is. Thought I might get this little, get this music box before we enter the Kenway estate. Jeez. I'm just gonna kind of get all this stuff kind of out of the way, you know, before I forget. You know, if you like this video, anything else I do on this channel, you know, please like the video, subscribe to the channel, all that stuff. Go into the description below, find links to all my social media, my website. You know, all of these are pretty much connected to each other. You know, pretty much my Facebook and Twitter get, you know, they'll alert you as soon as I add something to the, oh, Jesus Christ, they're everywhere. Sorry, I lost my train of thought there. But yeah, you know, pretty much all the social media, my website, all that's, everything's connected to each other. You know, once I add something to the channel, my Facebook and Twitter will alert you if you follow, all that good stuff. Same thing with the Facebook page. All the videos go up on the website. Oh, crap. Get him, Henry. Get him. Look at that slow motion as he's getting lifted up into the air. Oh wait, actually, I don't think I can complete the side objective if I don't climb up through this window. If you have lockpick 2, I believe you can still accomplish this one without or wait, am I? Okay, sorry, I'm totally wrong.
Another assassin artifact.
There you go. Yeah, just basically you're finding all these little references to AC4. Jeez, I am butchering this one. Yeah, I was looking on Twitter today. Jeez, who said it? I want to say, I believe it was Damon Hatfield from IGN. Most people know him. He's the guy who he's one of the hosts for Game Scoop. You know, he posted a weird kind of thing. Maybe not weird. But I think he said, what was it? It was something about Assassin's Creed 2.
Miss Thorne is the collector.
Jeez, 'cause what? It's 6 years now that game's been. I think that's about right. I think it's been about 6 years. Well, if that game came out in. Oh wait, do I have lockpick? Oh, I have lockpick 2. Didn't remember that. AC2 came out in 2009, if I'm remembering correctly. So yeah, I'm pretty sure that game's around 6 years old by now. But he says something, and he's talking about it like it was, he said something along the lines, that was one heck of a game, and I'll agree with him. AC2 is really good. Not my favorite though. I don't know how to put it. I'm a fan of the franchise, but I think a lot of people. I don't know. I think everybody's like one favorite character from the franchise has been Ezio, and he's been they love his trilogy the best, and I'm like, which I kind of look at and go, really? I guess I'm sorry. I mean, it's not that I didn't like Ezio. He's not my favorite, especially with some of the newer characters that we've had. Sorry, my voice keeps getting really scratchy. But yeah, it's really weird. Like the way I rank the AC games, I'm trying to remember how I do. It kind of fluctuates every so often, but if I remember correctly, the way I labeled them went. Syndicate just recently took my kind of my favorite of all the franchise. It's one of those. And no, this is also I'm speaking objectively, not objectively. This is I'm sorry. I'm trying to think exactly how I'm trying to put this. Because I always say my favorite video game ever is AC1, and I say that a lot. Mostly because it's very nostalgic for me. It was the game that really got me into gaming. In a way, it's one of those. Yet I wouldn't say it's my favorite in the Assassin's Creed franchise, which is I know that's really weird. But that's just kind of how I'm sorry. I'm trying to find these other two things, and I'm not having much luck. But yeah, like I said, I know that's kind of confusing, hearing me say, well, I love, that my favorite game of all time is AC1, and it's not my favorite of the franchise. But really, as far as the franchise go, I think Syndicate just easily blew away the top. What was the top before Syndicate. I'm trying to think here. Basically, the way I put them goes Syndicate at number 1. This is descending order. Syndicate's my favorite, followed by 4, followed by 1, followed by. Then I'd probably say Brotherhood. I don't know. A lot of people liked 2 over Brotherhood. I don't know. I liked Brotherhood better. But then I go Brotherhood, then I go 2. 3, Unity, Revelations. I think. Yeah. Okay. I'm pretty sure I named all of them. And if I'm sorry, if I missed one, I'm trying to think why I would have missed one. Because I'm pretty sure that's all of them. I just named because that's 1, 2, Brotherhood. Yeah, okay. Yeah, I'm right. That's all of them. But yeah, that's the way I'd rank them, in a way.
What are we looking for?
I'm not quite sure.
I don't know. But, a lot of people kind of look at me, I don't know. How to put it? I don't think they. Let me see here.
Subtle, is it?
Clearly, Kenway had a strong sense of spectacle.
That's an understatement. But yeah, to me, I think the Ezio trilogy is overrated. I put them kind of in the center. Just because, honestly, I think the reason I put 4 in Syndicate kind of all the way up at the top, I really think these two games.
history of the London assassins. Bolt holes, vaults, a hidden key. This is it.
You say you heard music? There was no opening there before.
It's closing!
Yes, I can see that. Help me block it.
We need to find another way out.
You two, get Henrietta. Try to find if there's another exit.
But yeah, honestly, I've always found the Ezio trilogy to be fairly overrated in my opinion. You know, yeah, 2 is really good. It tightened up a lot of the control problems I had with 1. I liked Ezio a lot, and I know these all sound like really big pluses, but I don't know. I didn't like the whole. You know, I didn't like how they kind of took out the whole. I don't know. It felt more about the story than it was about the assassinations, which it's kind of weird. You know, it's like all the assassinations felt too scripted to me. You know, none of them felt like I could do it kind of however I wanted. It just, I don't know. I mean, you know, I'm sure you could argue for either point, you know, for either way with that, but, you know, that's just kind of how I always saw it. Just 2 just never felt right. I don't know, the assassinations never felt big and just important. They just felt like another mission in the game. Although I will say, you know, I really did love the ending to 2. It was really good. Brotherhood, as far as the Ezio trilogy goes, you know, it's been my, you know, it was my favorite. You know, I thought it was. Run, do that. Grab. Okay, yeah. Grab this pressed flower, then do the waypoint, and then maybe do that murder mystery. That should be that should be good. But yeah, you know, it's how to put it. That game. Jeez, I'm sorry. I'm trying to think exactly how to just kind of get my thoughts out here. But you know, Brotherhood to me just, I don't know. I just enjoyed the gameplay more in Brotherhood. It had nothing to do with the story. I thought, you know, I'd put them pretty much on par with each other. I enjoyed the gameplay more. That to me, that was kind of the star of that series. But I think the big anchor to me with the Ezio trilogy was, and I argue this with people, but honestly, I think the big anchor to that trilogy was easily Assassin's Creed Revelations. That game, to me, was just trash. That was, you know, everybody wants to talk, you know, oh, AC is an annualized franchise. You know, I've given my thoughts on that. You know, to me, that was the only one in the franchise that felt like it was a placeholder. It was, we're just filling up this really small gap in story with, I mean, it barely filled there was like basically no fill of the gap of, you know, the modern day story. I mean, you know, you saw, you know, some small stuff, and, you know, it was what it was. I found the actual game itself, you know, everybody, you know, I kind of equate the in-game, you know, the Ezio story in that game to be kind of like Lethal Weapon. You know, you have Ezio constantly kind of being like, oh, I'm too old for this, yet he constantly acts like he has the body of a 20-year-old. I mean, he every so often will complain of maybe some joint pain or whatever, but, you know, it never felt right. I don't know. I mean, I never found the characters in that one to be terribly interesting. I mean, the ones that weren't Ezio, I never found them interesting. Everybody really, they love that. They love that opening cinematic from that game, which I agree. Yeah, really good. It just, I don't know. I thought, why do you put so much effort into that opening cinematic? Make the freaking game look better. I'm not saying the game looked bad. I'm just saying, like, why would you show me that beautiful opening just to have the rest of the game not look? It makes the rest of the game, in my opinion, look way worse than it should. I don't know. Jeez, I can go on for days about just the stuff I did not like in Revelations. But honestly, my biggest problem with it was that flippin' hook blade. I hated the hell out of that thing. But yeah, long and short, that one's by hands down my least favorite in the franchise. And and again, oddly enough, some people could say, some people don't get why. Yeah, maybe that's not right. Yeah, I'll run this one. I'm sorry, I'm just kind of grabbing stuff along the way to other stuff. I don't know. This one just seems, if this video seems a little disorganized, sorry about that. I don't know. I just felt that this game was kind of like, it was a really good return to form for AC after the past, really, 3 games. Oh, wait, I forgot to add Rogue into my list. I don't know. I'd put Rogue in the middle, around, probably under AC2. I enjoyed. I'll break that down in a couple seconds. I'm sorry. I know it's how my brain works. It's all over the fucking place. But yeah, I truly felt that this game was really returned to form for the franchise. Oh, that didn't work. I really felt this game real return to form. Big reason why I love the rope launcher. But it was a true return to form. The assassinations felt big and open. You could complete it however you want. I really loved how they brought that idea back in Unity, and they really expanded on it and made it really fun in this one. They also combined it to make it feel very story driven. Like, it's not like you're just completing hits for the Brotherhood. It's like there's a kind of a purpose to them, and it makes sense. And the overarching story in this game is just really fun. I love I kind of love the lighthearted tone it has. I love the brother-sister combo. They're easily 2 of my favorite characters in the franchise. This one just had so much to it that I thought was just a true return to form for the franchise. And I'm super excited to see where they're going to go next year, or I don't know, maybe they're going to listen to fan and everybody's thoughts and maybe not do another one next year, maybe wait 2 years, or maybe take a year off. But after this game topped sales charts in October, for at least for PS4, I highly doubt that they're gonna take a they're gonna take a break. I'm gonna guess that they're going to keep up and do another one next year, and I'm super excited to see what they were gonna go and do with that one. In a weird way, I put 4 was my favorite for the longest time, and even though I'm even one of the people who make the joke, that game wasn't really a how to put it. That game wasn't really an Assassin's Creed game. That was a freaking pirate game. Let's be totally honest with that.
A tragedy in the park.
Another chance to sort out a diabolical conundrum. One that I'll turn into a one-a-penny read for Purlock Publishing.
I still hate that kid. But I really think 4 was 4 just gameplay wise was really fun. The story was interesting. To me, it just wasn't an Assassin's Creed game. It was a pirate game, and I'm not saying that's a bad thing. I'm just saying, it was a pirate game with the Assassin's Creed kind of name on it. And again, as I always say, I'll make sure I leave these windows open long enough so you guys can read them and
Now that I've seen this, I should ask more questions.
But yeah, that's kind of my thing with 4. I still really love 4. Still a really cool game. Jeez, I'm trying to kind of run down, my list of what I like about them. Then I put, like I said, I put 1 I put 1 up there, one of my favorites. Some people don't get why I put 1 so high in my kind of list, or why I even like it the best out of really all games I've played, and I just tell people, it's that game, granted, was flawed. Not gonna deny that game was flawed. It had its problems. I'm willing to admit that. I mean, maybe not flawed. I mean, it was really good at the time. Jeez, I'm not speaking clearly. I think instead of flawed, I should have said it didn't age well. Which I truly just don't think that game it aged terribly. The controls, I still go back and I'm like, this is so stiff.
Prudence and I are engaged to be married. I'm desperate to see her. She should be by any moment. She had something important to tell me. I'm worried she's going to break off the engagement.
What the hell is up with these guys' hand gestures all the flippin' time? It's really weird. But yeah, one, to me, it's number 1. It's like my favorite video game. I still go back and play it every so often, and it makes me happy. It's that game, because for me, it's that game that it made gaming kind of what it is to me. I'm like, this is what games could do in 2007. It really got me interested. But as far as, that one, I'm willing to have the nostalgia kind of put it in the top of all time. Yet, inside the franchise, I guess in this case, I want to speak more objectively as far as, gameplay and all that goes. So I know that's really, again, I keep saying how weird that is, because even myself, I think that's really weird how I rank those. But then I talked about why I put Brotherhood over 2. I just liked it gameplay wise better than 2. And 2 I just put in the middle, just because I'm like, yeah, it was good. It was what it was. I mean, I thought it was at the time, I thought it was a really good sequel to AC1. Yeah, after then seeing what Brotherhood did, I'm, oh, wow, I totally overshot my objective. But after Brotherhood came out, then I'm like, well, I like this so much better than I like 2. And then came, jeez, what was next on my list? What was the next game on my list? Yeah, then I suppose then I'd put, okay, yeah, I'm in the right place. There you go. All right. That's the easiest way to just tell what that was saying, is just read that. But yeah, I definitely put Rogue right after 2 and Brotherhood. I really liked Rogue. I kind of liked how it was telling a different story. It's kind of the it was kind of being more kind of looking at everything from the Templar point of view. I found that really interesting.
I saw her kissing my man in the park, didn't I? I followed her to this street yesterday, but lost her. I'll come every day if need be, until I catch her again. That trollop better promise to let him alone, or I'll give her what for. He's all mine, I tell you. All the girls want a bit of Baxter, but they can't have him. You ask him yourself, he lives just that way.
Alright. Yeah, this video might go a little long, sorry about that. I'm sorry if you don't find my talking about the AC games interesting. I don't know, I thought it's not playing AC and it was just on my mind. I thought I'd talk about it. Tell me your opinion or your list of the AC games. Just put that down in the comments below. Happy to hear all that. But yeah, I really liked what Rogue was doing. I thought it was a fun you know, it was a new side to the story. You know, I really liked Shea Patrick Cormac. You know, I thought he was a really cool character. But I think the big reason why I just don't want to put it up near the top of my list is just because, it was kind of a carbon copy of a 4, just in a different location, which, you know, for me, it just made me kind of go, well, this is, I don't know. Yeah, I mean,
I didn't ask about this.
you know what I'm getting at. You know, it's just this is literally just AC4 in a different place. So you know, that's kind of why I put it kind of down in kind of sort of the middle of my list. From there, I think. What all have I named now? I'm sorry. When I do these out of order of of release, they can, you know, the games kind of scramble in my head. Come on. List of the release. Okay, so then I think I said 3 Unity and Revelations. I also note I'm not including Liberation or that one on the PSP or the Chronicle games. You know, I'm not necessarily counting those, not because I thought they were bad, just because I didn't play the handheld ones, or I'm talking all the main console, you know, like the main, kind of like the main staples in the story. Because yeah, I think the last 3, you know, I said I put 3 Unity, and finally I put Revelations in the bottom. A lot of people don't get why I don't put 3 in the bottom, and I'm just like, because I found 3 to be fun. You know, I mean, story wise, it was very bland. I also think people give a lot of crap to Connor. You know, more crap than he deserves. 'Cause I didn't think he was as boring of a character as everybody said he was. You know, I don't know. I thought he was I found him a little more interesting than that. I'm not in the right building. But you know, I really like the character. I liked Connor. You know, but I'm like the only one. Talk to this dude.
I've never heard of such a man.
Alrighty then. That was short. But you know, but as far as gameplay wise, that game was really tight. I think it broke kind of the equation of what AC had been. It was really fun. You know, I easily had to put that up in my, at least above, in as far as I consider, maybe not the bad ones, but I think all the AC games kind of have their merit. Okay, let me rephrase again. The only one that I consider bad was Revelations, just because, God, I hated Revelations. But yeah, I don't know. That's kind of, I thought 3 gameplay wise was just so solid, just really fun, and its story just kind of let it down. It was just kind of bland, which is also really weird because I love the American Revolution. You know, I love that time period, and I just kind of feel like they just kind of let that one just, I don't know. They could have done so much more with it.
I should go back
and then they just kind of let it I don't know, fizzle. Then I put Unity next to last just because I wouldn't call Unity bad. I'd call it very flawed, though. You know, I just found it's I found it to be quite buggy. I know a lot of other people found it to be really buggy. You know, there are just bugs in the game. Although I will say, I thought story-wise and character-wise, I really liked it.
I should go back and ask about this.
You know, I found that to be really fun in Unity. But as far as the gameplay, the combat was slow and just really tedious. I didn't like it. You know, it just there was a lot of stuff that was just very flawed and very wrong with that game. That I'm really glad they fixed for Syndicate. That I think they kind of kept the best and got rid of the others. And then, you know, I already kind of said my piece about Revelations. I thought that game was just, to me, again, I say to me because, again, this is all, you know, personal opinion, that to me that game was trash, just absolute trash.
I'm sorry to hear about her murder. She was a patient here, but increasingly began to stop by socially. Dr. Alton makes house calls to see him. Baxter doesn't come into the office. I make up the prescriptions and he picks them up at noon when I'm away at lunch. So she was meeting Dr. Alton in the park, was she? My understanding was that she was engaged to someone. In any case, the good doctor could do better, in my opinion. Perhaps now he will.
What is with those freaking hand? It's
that
weird.
medicine was developed by Dr. Alton specifically for one of our patients, Mr. Shelby. But he's been using it for another patient as well.
But yeah, there, after I think about 20 minutes, there's my breakdown of the AC franchise, my thoughts, stuff like that.
Quite angry, actually. I was having such terrific results. I felt like a new man. Much more vigorous and outgoing. But the doctor has ended the prescription altogether for no reason. I don't know any of Dr. Alton's other patients. That's all that. I will also say something I kind of liked about Syndicate was that, they kind of, you meet Darwin, you meet Dickens, Karl Marx, you'll meet later. But, you meet all these guys, and they have, mission chains connected to them. They're actually, kind of parts of the game. You also do, a little spoiler, at the end of the game, you meet Queen Victoria, and you do a small mission chain for her at the very end of the game, and I will show that after I complete the main story. But, that's just, I don't know, I thought, the historical figures were very much more prevalent in this game compared to the others. I don't know.
Oh my God, Prudence! How horrible! I was about to propose. But I don't understand. She and I didn't have a meeting arranged today. It is true that we sometimes meet in the park, but there was no arrangement for this morning. That's very odd indeed. Prudence was a patient here, but wasn't given this prescription. There's no reason that she should be carrying such a packet. You appreciate, I'm sure, that I cannot discuss the condition of any of my patients.
Alrighty then.
An unfortunate incident. One of my patients became overexcited.
Alright, now I gotta go back downstairs. But yeah, it's like with 3, you in passing meet George Washington, and it's one of those, I'm like, well, why the hell are we meeting George Washington for 5 seconds? It could be different because I'm American, all that, but, the father of our country and all that
Mr. Baxter
good stuff.
attacked the doctor yesterday. It was after hours, but the doctor did have a cut on his cheek. Poor man.
So, that's probably why why I wish that, George Washington was in the game more. I don't know. Again, I'll scroll through all of these, so if you want, feel free, pause the video and read these. If ever for stuff like this you think if I'm scrolling too fast, tell me in the comments. Really, anything about these videos, anything you like, don't like, whatever. Tell me in the comments below. I really want to hear from you guys. Make sure that I'm giving you guys the content that you want to see, all that kind of stuff. Or if like I said, I've been talking about the Assassin's Creed franchise for a lot longer than I meant to. I'm sorry about that if people didn't want to hear anything about that. But if you have your own thoughts on the franchise, go tell me in the comments below. All that stuff, Also, I've completed this case before, so I know who did it. So, yeah. I should have given you guys a second to try and figure it out through all the reading and whatnot, but yeah, it was.
Oh God, it's true. I couldn't help myself. The powder unleashed a creature within me. He seduced the innocent Prudence and then killed her to prevent us from marrying. It's too horrible.
I knew something was amiss with the medical powder, but didn't understand until you found those papers. Well done.
Up to the click with you.
Alright, there we go. Got that all done, all finished up. Actually, I'll show, because I know I found, not in the progression, that's in the database, because I know I found a collectible of some sort of pressed flower. There it is. Go ahead again if you want to pause and read that. Go right on ahead. Yeah, geez, it's been a little longer video. Thanks so much for watching, everybody. You know, I say this all the time, but you know, I'm really enjoying doing this. You know, I think this. I've been doing this for about a week now. But you know, I really like this. You know, sorry, recently I haven't been putting up as much content as I have been. I don't know who I'm saying sorry to. You know, I mean, if you really like my videos, sorry. If you know, if you just found me yesterday or today, whatever. Thanks so much for tuning in for the first time, and I just sound like a crazy person. But seriously, guys, you know, I really love doing this. Thank you so much for watching, everybody. Keep tuning in today. I don't know. Well, with what's left of today, you know, more Assassin's Creed. Tomorrow, I'll be doing some more Assassin's Creed and some more Fallout. All that, you know, I have a lot more Let's Plays kind of scheduled ideas, what I want to do next coming up. I'll probably go into that next video and all that, but yeah, I think that's about it, guys. You know, thanks so much for watching. You know, please like, subscribe, all my social media down in the description below. Leave a comment, you know, all that good stuff. Thanks so much for watching, guys. I'm AJ Gels. This is the 11th Hour Gaming Channel. I'm out, guys. Thanks.